That'll be Steph's next thing. She'll be like, how do we get this? Hi, everyone, and thank you for tuning into this Facebook chat. Today, we are talking about National Infertility Awareness Week. It's coming up. It is April 21st to the 27th, and joining me now is Ami Choksi. She is a certified health and wellness coach at the Center for Advanced Reproductive Services. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, infertility is such an important topic, and it's a topic that thankfully is gaining more attention and people are talking about it more, but it still has a little bit of a stigma. Why do you think that is?
Oh, people I think are really nervous to be diagnosed with that and diagnosed with the fact that they're having a hard time having a baby, that maybe a lot of women think that there's something wrong with them, and it's just such a personal thing also because they want this so bad. A lot of women get asked all the time, you know, when are you having a baby? And it's really a personal topic that these days I don't think should be asked anymore, but it happens all the time.
So a week like National Infertility Awareness Week, it really calls attention to these things and these struggles that women have.
Yeah, it does. And, you know, I think it's great because, like you said, there's stigma behind it, but now that we are able to open up the conversation and host events to talk about it more, people start to come out a little bit and feel more comfortable, and it's very lonely, so they feel like they're less alone.
Now, you have a lot of different programs coming up
We
for the week. Tell me about some of those.
Okay, so we have practically a whole week full of programs for patients, for people who are going through infertility. And, you know, one of them is a little bit about, you know, the first one, I believe it's on Monday, has to do with what to do and what to do after infertility. So, excuse me, once you do get pregnant and you graduate, say from the center, and you know, what to expect, because a lot of patients who come in with us, it's a really, our practice is a very high-touch environment, and they don't, when they move to their next caregiver, they don't always know what to expect. So I think, you know, the person who's doing this this workshop, this talk, is a doula who has, her name is Desiree Whittle. She has gone through infertility herself. She's now a professional doula who helps women once they are pregnant and supporting them and giving them information. But, you know, what's great is that she's also gone through infertility and knows the difference in that in-between stage and what to expect. So it's helpful because women, when they go through infertility, oftentimes it's for a long period of time. There's a lot of emotional stress involved, and just because they get pregnant doesn't necessarily mean that it stops, that stress stops. So this is a topic where these women will be able to learn a little bit about what to do next.
Because, I mean, it's been, as you said, it's been years for some of these women.
Sometimes.
And the struggles.
Yeah.
They must not know how to feel sometimes when it does finally happen for them.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to feel excited and grateful when you're still a little bit nervous and shell-shocked from, you know, the previous months or years or whatever it may be of dealing with the emotional, mental stress of this.
And one of the things that I think really sets the Center for Advanced Reproductive Services apart is you guys take a holistic approach. You know, not just these seminars and these things that are highlighted during National Infertility Awareness Week, but you're a health coach.
Yeah.
What's so important about having someone like you work with these couples?
Well, you come into the center and we're full, you know, you get great treatment, and you also, you know, from a holistic standpoint, it enables people to know what else they could be doing outside of you know, when they're at home. So because you might be coming into the office maybe once a week, maybe a little more, but still it might be it's a short period of time. So what else can they be doing at home? And what I do is I help women, I help the couples with resources and tools, and give them guidance around optimizing their lifestyle with regards to fertility. And we have other people within our health circle, which is our holistic side of the center, where we offer acupuncture and yoga twice a month. Reiki is involved. So, you know, there are a variety of different services. And if there are people who want something beyond that, I can offer, you know, guidance around where to look for it.
what is your number one tip that you give couples when they come to you?
Yeah, there are a few. It depends on where they are in their process, but I would say the number one tip is to, during this stressful time, to focus on at least one thing a day that brings them joy, so that they're shifting their thinking from always focusing on what's going on with them and the stress of that into something that's bringing them pleasure and joy, even if it's just for 5 minutes, right? So 5 minutes of meditation, but it could be something along the lines of, going for a walk in the summertime, sitting out in the sun and, enjoying that sunshine. It's small, but it refocuses your thinking towards, something that you enjoy.
That honestly, I did not expect that to be your answer, so I'm a little surprised. Sometimes when we talk to doctors and we talk about, the center and the different things that they incorporate, one of the number one tips they usually give is to be at a healthy weight. So
Yeah.
I thought that that's what you were going to say, but I think that's important, finding joy, because it brings the stress levels down.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to hear you say that. I think a lot of people who are listening and are watching out there, I think that's a great thing, and I think that's so important for people, whether they're struggling with fertility or they're pregnant or their parents or really anyone. That's a very important lesson.
Yeah, I mean, it's prior to Marie Kondo, finding that spark. But there's certainly benefit to being at a healthy BMI, eating for optimal fertility. But, if you have one thing, I really think that, managing your ability to deal and cope with the stress that can be involved in this is really key.
And so you have other experts at the center. You mentioned acupuncture and Reiki. Why do you think those things are important?
A lot of time, for acupuncture, Helen Betchevargis is our acupuncturist. She comes in and offers pre and post transfer acupuncture, and what it does is that it certainly creates a relaxing environment, but also brings blood flow to your uterus and allows for nutrient absorption for that perspective, for that as well. I think, there's certainly a lot of information on the web about acupuncture as well as science around it. So we certainly want to offer our patients that opportunity to partake in that as well.
What are some of the other workshops that you guys will be having during National Infertility Awareness Week?
Another one is, first of all, we are going to be having a community acupuncture workshop. So Helen will be coming in, and you will basically come into the office. You'll sit down in a chair. You can be on a yoga mat as well. We have those as well, and we'll be hosting. Everybody will be having. I guess you'll have a few different spots, like on your ear, where you'll be receiving acupuncture, the needles, and there'll also be some sound meditation as well. I think Helen will be doing a guided meditation. It's a really relaxing environment, and it's kind of a fertility acupuncture 101 to get a feel of what it's like. She offers it as well, on site as well as at her office, but this is kind of a good primer for that.
If you had one message, so everybody out there's watching, they're maybe hoping to get pregnant in the future, or maybe they haven't been struggling for that long, what would you tell those people?
Oh, I would tell them that they're not alone. It feels like you're alone, but when you finally reach out for support, you're not. So coming to events like this kind of gives them that sense and feeling, but take it from, I've actually been through it myself at the center, and it can be a really lonely journey, but my point around that is, you're not alone. There are many women who are going through this, and if you need support, it's out there.
And plenty of locations.
Yes.
You guys have offices, I feel like everywhere. You keep popping up. Where are those?
We're in Hartford. Our main office is in Farmington, and we're also in New London, and we just opened an office in Brantford. So we're all around Connecticut.
I've been there to do stories.
Oh, good.
Everyone there is so friendly and awesome. And you guys also offer free fertility testing.
Right. So that Saturday, I believe it's the 27th, for National Infertility Awareness Week, we're offering a free AMH test, which gives you a good gauge of a woman's ability to, or women's fertility, if you will. So it is on Saturday. It's from 10 to 2. It's for women who would like to get a sense of where they stand in their fertility. And it's a simple blood draw. So you have that done. You'll come in and you'll fill out a questionnaire. You'll have the blood draw, and then one of our staff will contact you a couple of weeks later to give you some to give you your results and what that means. And it's confidential.
Awesome. Well, Ami Choksi, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Her message for everyone: find joy. Find joy. Do one thing that sparks joy in your life every day. I'm gonna like Marie Kondo.
Right.
She's with the Center for Advanced Reproductive Services. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Everyone have a great day.